Huge night in the Champions League. Man City cruised through against Lisbon, but Real Madrid knocking out PSG. Unbelievable second half from Ancelotti's men. We want to hear from a PSG fan because it has been a capitulation tonight and an unacceptable performance. Let's go to Harry, who is a PSG fan. We've got one that's phoned up. Harry.
All right, H.
Yeah, hi. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
We've got you, Harry. Yeah, you're live. Go on.
How you feeling, Harry?
Yeah.
How you
What I
feeling?
want to say is firstly, brilliant. Well, I'm absolutely devastated. I honestly thought that Neymar and Mbappe and Messi would have done a really good job, but unfortunately, this let us all down. Messi, I believe, completely past his prime. He's absolutely is useless now. He can't track back. He can't run. He can't finish anymore.
useless.
He's completely lost his game. And then Neymar is absolutely still rolling on the floor like he's still diving. He's still diving after the game.
It was at the back where you fell apart, Harry.
absolutely-
While I won't disagree with you, it was at the back. My Queenie, some of the passing of that Donnarumma. I've seen Leonardo's come out and Mopo have come out and said they felt the first goal was a foul
On the keeper.
Benzema and Donnarumma. So they're moaning a bit.
You know what? PSG, the defense of PSG should have known that Benzema is the kind of person to put on pressure at the back. He always does this. He's done it he did it with Liverpool in the final. If you remember, he did it with Karius. Benzema is always the sort of person that is going to track back, that is going to go in the D all the time and try and put pressure on the goalkeeper. And Donnarumma should have expected that. He's a top-class goalkeeper. He should have known that Benzema was going to do something like that. And they were completely unprepared.
Yeah, Harry, where do PSG go from here? Because Mbappe's going to leave in the summer. He's going to go to Real Madrid. You're going to have.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Now you're going to have Neymar and Messi still there, and I don't think they're definitely not the future of PSG.
Absolutely not. I think PSG are absolutely. If Mbappe goes, PSG are done. They need to buy new forwards. They need to buy a completely new squad, a new forward team for sure. Because Neymar and Messi are not going to do. They can't run. They're getting old. Messi's like 34. Neymar's 30. They're past their prime. They can't do it anymore.
Would you sack Pochettino?
Neymar was done when he left Barcelona.
What about Pochettino? Would you sack him?
When he left Barcelona. 100%.
He wants Mopo gone.
Yeah.
Okay.
A manager should know how to train his players. The manager's job is to basically get the best out of his players. He can't get the best out of Messi. He definitely can't get the best out of Neymar. So what is he doing? You need your strikers to score goals. If they can't score goals, they're not doing the job. They're being paid like $1 million. They're being paid $1 million. Like Neymar's was over 500K a week. Messi's on 500K a week, above that, I'm sure. And what are they doing? What are they being paid for?
Yeah, and I absolutely agree with you, Harry. Thanks for your call. We've just had a text come in. I've heard 100% Mo is moving out of his home. He said, "Why pay when I'm living in Jackie's head rent-free?" Martin, the Liverpool fan.
Yeah, Jackie was. She was calling me. I don't know. Have we got Mo coming on?
Well, he's always here or thereabouts, and I'm sure he'll want to come on and have a chat with you. Shall we speak to another PSG fan?
Let's do it, matey.
AJ, good evening.
How you doing, all right?
I'm all right, AJ. How are you?
Yeah, like, I'm going to be honest. I'm like 50-50. I've dipped into PSG over the last couple of years because I kind of enthusiastic about their project. But I've got to say that they was poor, they were sluggish, they were gutless.
When you say you're enthusiastic about the project, give us a bit more detail.
Well, he's a Charlton fan as well, aren't you?
A Charlton fan back in the day, not there anymore. But I like watching entertaining football. I like seeing winners. I like seeing, people trying to achieve things.
Yeah.
And
Why did you choose PSG then?
Well, I picked him originally because I thought it was interesting to watch. But this is what I'm ringing up for, Jake. They just got kind of dull. They got boring. I mean, Real Madrid handed them a script. They handed them a learning theory tonight. Yeah, they're going to go back. They're going to read that, right? This is how you play football. I used to love Real Madrid back in the noughties, into the kind of early 10s. Just to love watching them, right? And they used to batter people. And they battered PSG tonight. And I was sitting there going, you totally and utterly deserve it. And I tell you what, I know how they're going to fix it. I know how they're going to fix it. And they're going to get one manager. And that manager is going to be Steve Bruce. Right?
Oh, here we go. Very good.
Steve Bruce is going to sort it all out for PSG. You mark my words, okay?
AJ, you must be a fan for hire, right? You know, you've moved on from Charlton, you've gone to PSG. Would you move on again? Would you say goodbye to PSG and go for another club that are going to guarantee success?
I think he would.
Listen, Charlton are always in my heart, right? I'm always looking for exciting football, but PSG, I'm done with them.
You finished with them?
Real Madrid. Yeah.
Are you going Real
Madrid
Madrid now?
I'm going to go back to Real Madrid.
You're back to Real Madrid.
You can't.
Shocking. Easily pleased. Absolute disgrace, AJ.
Absolutely shocking. All right, AJ, thanks for your call. Let's go to Peter, who's a Chelsea fan. Peter, good evening.
Right, Pete.
Good evening, James. Good evening, Jamie.
Right,
how are you, Peter? All right?
I'm not too bad. Not too bad.
Go on. You want to talk? You want to talk Chelsea, or do you want to talk the game tonight?
About Pochettino. You're talking about Pochettino getting the sack.
Mm-hmm.
He's not to blame for the incompetence of the players in the second half. The first half, PSG dominated.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, one mistake by the goalkeeper, they cave in. Is that Potter's fault?
I think you
He
got
has to take responsibility, Peter.
The game was slipping away from
and he didn't do anything.
Real. And you watched it unfold in front of your eyes, and it was almost like in slow motion, watching that game just shift from where PSG were cruising to Real Madrid, not only get themselves back in the game, getting on level terms, and then getting the win. It's like you sensed it was coming.
Yeah.
It wasn't the biggest surprise in the world. They got the equaliser. The winner so close to the first. The second one was perhaps.
Yeah.
So, but actually, the game we watched, Jay, you sensed it was coming.
No, because once they got their first goal, they had the momentum.
Yeah, of course. But then that's where your manager has to step in, then, Peter, and change something. You know, I was. It's funny you say it, right? I was watching Manchester United Aston Villa on Sky earlier today, and it was a cup final game, and Alex Ferguson, when they went 1-0 up, was his in-game management, right? There's three different types of ways you can be a manager: on the sidelines, before the game, half-time, and in-game. And his in-game management, Pochettino, lets him down. It's the tactical side of it when something's happening and you sense it and everyone can see it, and he doesn't make changes. In that game, Alex Ferguson, I'm just making an example of it. He changes the formation, just puts Rooney out on the left, goes 4-5-1, and makes and shuts up shop, and you can't break him down. PSG is still open. You can't fall apart and give 3 goals away when you're winning the game 2-0.
So the
goals. But Jamie, once you go across that white line, boys have to take the responsibility for it.
Yes, but sometimes, absolutely agree with you, the players have let themselves down. But the manager standing there on the sideline who's out of the emotion of the game and should be standing there thinking, I can sense this is going the other way here. I need to make a change, tweak it a little bit, tell a player to go down, and we can regroup, have a quick chat, get them in, and say, right, let's change it, go 4-5-1 for 5 minutes and see it out. And because you're still winning the game. But to completely fall apart like they did, and Pochettino stand there and not make any tactical changes, for me, is criminal.
He did. The only thing he done that tried to remedy it was he bought a Gayon at 71 minutes. The game was slipping through their fingers. But like Jay said there, the shape of the team, they were so open. They were getting. I mean, look, give credit to Real Madrid because you got to give them credit because the way that they controlled that second half. But they scored the goal 61-76. He's made the other subs. He certainly made the Di Maria sub. At that stage, they were trying to get back into it, but
I just find that with Pochettino, he does it a lot.
Yeah. Slow to react
in certain situations. You go, I've got to make a change.
I agree with that, and that's why I've said at the top of the show about Man United fans watching that. There will be a few question marks, I think, and he's got a history, this Poch, hasn't he?
No,
about being slow to react, watching what's in front of him. But credit to Real.
Yeah. All right, let's go to Bobby, who's a Liverpool fan. Bobby, good evening.
How you doing, boys?
Yeah, all right.
Bob?
How are you?
Yeah, very well, thank you. It's lovely out here.
Where are you?
Like Europe?
Where are you?
I'm in California, so I've got sunshine.
Oh, okay. What's the
Living
temperature?
the dream.
We're about 35 today, so what's that? Yeah, about 35 degrees Celsius. What's that, about 80 Fahrenheit?
So what are you doing out there? When did you move there?
I moved out here years ago. I've been here like 15 years or so.
Right, okay. All right.
Doing what, Bob? Do you mind? What are you doing?
You know what? I just do. I'm in the vitamin space. I just import vitamins and supplements.
Do you? Okay. Well, bit of vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin B,
Bit
vitamin
of
E,
all that.
vitamin D, G,
Absolutely.
E?
Bit of the melatonin and all that business.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Go on. What do you want to talk? You want to talk Neymar?
I do, yeah. I mean, I think. Look, I have to be honest with you. He's got to be the most overrated player I've ever seen. I mean, I'm not going to question his ability, his technical ability, and how talented as a player he is. But every time I've seen this guy, apart from those years at Barcelona, he plays for himself. He doesn't do anything for the team. And I have to be honest, today, I mean, he just gives the ball away in terrible places. The turnovers today with him, he's just, when he's not fired up and ready, he's a liability. And I think that goes on to the point that you guys were making is Pochettino. I mean, forget the changes that he made. It was all very reactionary, but you 2-0 up. As soon as that second goal goes in, the difference between a good manager and a top manager has got to be at that point in time saying, okay, I've got to close up shop here. We're too open. You drag Neymar off. You put in your more defensive midfielder. Whatever you do, make the change when you are in the ascendancy. And at that 2-0 point, that's exactly where they were. And then he kind of let it roll. Now, I know that it was mistakes. It was errors littered all over it. But the bottom line is that you avoid that intensity with Real Madrid by actually saying, you know what, come on to us. And then you've got Mbappe and Messi on the break. You most probably go on and win that game 3-0 on aggregate. But you did the absolute opposite. You waited. And the last point on that is, I can't wait till he goes to Manchester United because, when he goes there, when push comes to shove, he's not going to be able to make those big decisions and manage those players. And I'll be glad if he goes there because I see the same thing happening with him.
Yeah, I think that's a massive issue that he's got, isn't it? A massive issue that he's got, Pochettino. Bobby, thanks for your call. Really appreciate you phoning in from California. And this is going to rumble on with Pochettino. He could get the sack and it could be talking about him potentially going to Manchester United.